Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetsnews.com, and today we are here at the Moto event in India, Delhi, and we have the new second gen Moto E which has been launched today. This is the second gen Moto E which has been launched for a price of 6,999, and we have another phone here to compete with this one, which is the Lenovo A6000, which was launched previously. Again, this phone and this phone are kind of same in terms of the price point, but there are differences and there are some good things over there. There are some good things over here as well, and we are going to tell you everything as far as the key differences between these two, on the basis of which you can actually make the decision which one you should buy, whether you should buy the Lenovo A6000 or you should buy the second gen Moto E, which is right now available in India from midnight 10th of March. Talking about the specification is slightly better over there. This device has the latest Snapdragon chipset over there inside, which is going to have a pretty good performance as far as gaming is concerned, but this one is running on the custom UI, which is kind of a disadvantage, I would say, as compared to the second gen Moto E. So this device has a custom UI, whereas this is almost stock Android UI, which is much more responsive and fluid as compared to the Lenovo A6000, and this is the first advantage and one of the biggest advantage on the new second gen Moto E. Talking about specification, in terms of specification, this device actually is kind of lagging behind. This has an 8 megapixel camera autofocus at the back, the Lenovo A6000, and the rear camera on the second gen Moto E is actually the 5 megapixel camera. So we have an 8 megapixel camera with high definition video recording at 720p. We have 5 megapixel camera with high definition video recording at 720p again, but this device is missing the flash, so there is no flash at the back side, whereas we do have flash on the Lenovo A6000. We do have secondary microphone for noise cancellation on both of them. In terms of thickness profile, the Lenovo A6000 is definitely slimmer, which is a good thing. I would say I would welcome that. In terms of the overall slimness, this one is kind of slim, and in terms of the weight as well, it is kind of light in terms of the weight. The second gen Moto E is around 145 gram, and I'm not sure about the weight of this one, but this one is again lighter. In terms of processor, we have 1.2 gigahertz quad-core processor on both of them. This is Snapdragon 200, which is kind of old hardware, I would say, but this one is Snapdragon 410, 1.2 gigahertz again quad-core processor. One thing which is going to be there in between the Lenovo A6000 and the 3G variant of the Moto E second gen is that this one has 4G connectivity. This is only 3G. However, the 4G variant of second gen Moto E is also coming, and it will come for a price slightly above the Moto E 3G variant, which is 7,000 rupees, but the 4G variant of the Moto E second gen is going to be approximately 8 to 9,000 rupees. This is something which we expect, and that will also have dual SIM connectivity. So this one is dual SIM, this one is also dual SIM, and when it comes to the back cover is very flimsy, plasticky over there on the Lenovo A6000, and it can come out, and the battery can also come out. The battery on this device is, how much is the battery? I need to just confirm that. Yeah, it is a 2300 milliampere battery, whereas this is 2390 milliampere battery, and the battery is non-removable on the new second gen Moto E as compared to the Lenovo A6000, in which the battery can be removed. This could be a good thing or a bad thing. I would say this device can actually give you around 1 day battery backup easily, and this device can also give you pretty decent backup, but not that much backup that which this one can actually give you. Again, there is a compromise on the second gen Moto E in terms of the display size as well. Second gen Moto E comes with a display size of only 4.5 inch. It is QHD again, which is kind of not a very good thing, I would say, but the display viewing angles are pretty good. You can view the display from almost any angle without any issues. The Lenovo A6000 has an IPS panel over there, which is also pretty good in terms of the viewing angles, and the display over here is better in terms of display clarity as compared to the second gen Moto E. And when it comes to the front does have a camera over here on the Moto E, and we do have a camera over here as well, and both of these cameras, as far as specifications are concerned, is 2 megapixel. However, we know that this is the VJ camera, and this one also is a VJ camera. The camera quality is something which we will just find out, irrespective if it is 2 megapixel or VJ camera. We cannot confirm that as of now. One thing which is good on the second gen Moto E is the software. The software is much more fluid. You will also get Android Lollipop on this device coming preloaded. However, there is no idea when you will get Android Lollipop on the Lenovo A6000. So this one actually has Android Lollipop, the latest version of Android 5.0.2, 8 GB of internal storage, and the storage on the Lenovo A6000 is also 8 GB. We will just compare the storage as well. But again, when it comes to the compromises, there are compromises in terms of the display size over there, and there are compromises in terms of the software over there. This is running on Android KitKat, whereas this one is running on Android Lollipop. Apart from specification, these are the two major compromises which are there on both of these phones. This one has, I would say, older software version. When it comes to the front camera or the rear camera can record high definition video on both of them, which I already told you, sorry for repeating that. But Lenovo A6000 actually has Adreno 306 GPU. This is Snapdragon 410, but this is Snapdragon 200, and it has Adreno 302 GPU, which is an older GPU. So in terms of gaming, it is going to give you slightly better performance in terms of gaming. Build quality wise, I would say the Moto E 2nd Gen actually looks much better, and it actually feels much better when you hold it in hand. In case you need a phone which should last long in terms of durability and usage, and the software should also be responsive, then you should go for the 2nd Gen Moto E rather than the Lenovo A6000, which is also a good phone. But this phone actually has some good advantages, like it will give you a better, bigger display. So this is 5-inch of display, which is something which you get on this one as compared to 4.5-inch display, which is the Moto E, which is definitely a compromise. Let's take a look at the software UI on this phone as well as on the 2nd Gen Moto E, and we will take a look over the settings. First of all, we will go into settings from here. We will go into settings. As you can see, the UI is again fluid over there. It is having the latest version of Android, which is definitely a good thing. So we have the system information over the device information. So we have 8 GB of internal memory, 1 GB RAM, quad-core 1.2 GHz processor, and we have Android KitKat on this one, whereas we have Android 5.0.2, so which is definitely a good thing. So in terms of software, this one is definitely better. Let's take a look over the storage scenario, and we will find out the current status of the storage and then the RAM. So in terms of storage, we have 8 GB of internal storage over here, we have 8 GB of internal storage over there, and 5 GB is available to the user. Rest of it is being used by the system. So 4.36 GB is total available, whereas on this one 3.46 GB is available. But there are some applications, around 1 GB of applications, so approximately same amount of storage is available. Slightly higher storage is available on the Lenovo A6000 as compared to this one, which is again not much, because both of them has approximately 4.36 and 4.46 GB available on this device. So this device is going to be maybe slightly higher in terms of storage, because we do have some application coming to install. If you get rid of this application, then you can get more storage over here. But as of now, if you compare, this device is actually giving you a bigger storage. So let's take a look over the camera performance now, and then let's take a look over the RAM, and then we will take a look over the camera. And we have the RAM information over there, and we have the current status of RAM on both of these phones. So both of them has 1 GB of RAM, and this one has 541 or 447 actually 447 MB of RAM free, and we have approximately 488 MB of RAM free. So RAM is free on both of these devices. Both of them are responsive, but I would say this one is much more responsive, and the touchscreen response is also good. However, touchscreen response is good over here as well, but this UI is definitely more stable as compared to the custom UI, which is the Vibe UI running on top of Android on the Lenovo A6000. Talking about some of the differences when it comes to the price, this one is coming for 7,000 rupees with 4G connectivity, bigger display size. This one is coming for 7,000 rupees with 3G connectivity only, and the display size is also smaller. So that is also a compromise for some people out there. Let's take a look over the camera performance before we end this video. We will take a photo from the rear camera on both of these phones, and we have something over there which we can take a photo of, and let me just take a photo. It does have tap to focus, and autofocus is also good. And let me just disable the flash before I take. It does have HDR mode as well, in case you are wondering. So we have taken the photo from this one, and we are going to take the photo from the 2nd Gen Moto E as well. So both of these devices have autofocus camera at the back. So in terms of camera clarity, this is something which we will get on the Lenovo A6000, and I think again when it comes to the, I need to take a look over the gallery, I guess. Let me just go into the gallery. Sorry for this. We have the gallery over there, and we have camera pictures. So we have the photo which has been taken from the 2nd Gen Moto E from the rear camera. This photo is looking good in terms of colors, but in terms of details, it is not very clear in terms of details. Details are not very good over here, whereas this device has better details, I would say, as compared to this one. If you actually zoom in, you will see things clear over there as compared to things which are not that clear. And in terms of color production, this is doing a pretty good job. It does have the kind of reflection you should have naturally, whereas this one is not very good in that. So the rear camera is doing slightly better job on the Lenovo A6000 as compared to the Moto E, but Moto E is still not bad, I would say. And when it comes to the front camera, I can take a photo from the front camera as well and show you the clarity for that. And we have to toggle to the front camera on both of them. So let me just take a front camera selfie. We have a VJ camera over there. We have a 2 megapixel camera over there. So we have taken both of these photos and I can show you both of them one by one. So here we have the front camera quality. The front camera is good, I would say, on the 2nd gen Moto E, but it is better on the Lenovo A6000. Both the rear camera and the front camera are doing a better job over here on the Lenovo A6000. So in case camera is something which is a priority for you and you don't care about the Android versions, then you should go for the Lenovo A6000. So there are some good things over there on the Lenovo A6000. There are some good things over there on the 2nd gen Moto E as well. It is all your preferences on the basis of which you can take the decision. If software is more important, software updates are more important, then you can go for the Moto E 2nd gen. If camera is more important, you can go for the Lenovo A6000. Both of them are available for the same price point, and in terms of connectivity, you will get 4G connectivity over here, whereas for the same price, you will not get 4G connectivity on the Moto E. The 4G version of Moto E is coming, but that will be for a higher price, not for the 7,000 rupees for which you can buy it. So that's all from us as far as the quick hands-on comparison and comparison review of these two phones, and this video should be able to tell you the points on the basis of which you can actually make the decision whether you should go for the Moto E 2nd gen or the Lenovo A6000 when you plan to buy them. Thanks for watching this video. In case you have any questions, you can leave your questions in the comment section below. You can like this video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.